And there we go. Good evening. I've got no one watching, but I don't care. I just come on to have a little rant. Yes. Thanks for all the messages today, by the way. The situation's looking very, very dire, if I'm honest. I've been reading the messages that you've been sending me. I've been keeping an eye on other good YouTubers, watching what they've been doing. I've been watching what they've been doing. I've been keeping an eye on them. And there's been a lot of decent research carried out in the last 3 or 4 days, which has sort of pricked my ears up and my eye. I'm watching good people. So it would be wrong of me to say that I'm finding out all this information myself, because I'm not finding this information out myself. I'm looking at other good people. Hi, Jazzy. Just resigned. Justin. Yes, the Canadian Prime Minister the Canadian Stasi dictator has just resigned in Canada, which is great news for the Canadian people. Wonderful news for the Canadian people, and even better news for the US, that will have better ties with Canada as they move forward. So that's fantastic news, isn't it? I mean, he was part of this World Economic Forum. We just need a few more people to fall. I'm praying that this year we see the end of Keir Starmer, our Prime Minister, who is a carbon copy of Justin Trudeau, the ex-Canadian Prime Minister. But listen, I'm watching some great channels at the minute. Good to see you all, ladies and gents. Some fantastic YouTubers. I'm watching. I'm getting some advice from Lady C. I'm watching Avid Gardner. I'm watching RHR Jen, Sue Smith, Sue Me. The City Twins are doing a little bit research, clearly, and I'm getting bits. So this is how YouTube works, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, Tabitha, Leone, Linda. So I'm looking at these YouTubers, and they're all looking at different angles of what's happening on Netflix. They're all doing their own due diligence, and I'm sitting back. I've done my own due diligence, don't get me wrong, but I'm sitting back and saying, okay, you're looking into this, vice versa. Now, I'm a little bit stunned that other YouTubers hadn't come up with the idea or hadn't thought about it. Hi, Martin. Now, if you weren't aware, you've all heard of the American Riviera Orchard, or ARO. You all looked at that and you were trying to work out what she's doing. Whenever she originally came on to Instagram, she did that. She then left. She had a couple of months off because that collapsed, that fell apart. That was bullshit. And then she came back with this new thing, the Netflix thing. Now, for those of you that aren't aware, ARO, American Riviera Orchard, was meant to be Meghan and Harry's equivalent of a UK Royal Warrant. Now, if you buy a bottle of HP sauce, or you buy not tomato sauce, and certainly not Cadbury's, but if you buy certain brands in the UK, it comes with by His Majesty's, and there's a little royal crescent there, and that means that a lot of these things have been given that royal seal of approval, which makes these companies millions and millions of pounds a year. They make millions of pounds a year because they're able to advertise that we have been approved by His Majesty, we have been approved by Her Majesty the Queen, and that means that if it's got a royal warrant, you will have millionaires and billionaires around the world saying, well, I can get this because it's got the seal of approval. And these products were sold worldwide, weren't they? So the royal warrants on a brand item, on your item, can make your company millions of pounds a year. So whenever Meghan tried to come up with this ARO, and she did this shitty little royal warrant, she wanted brands. She wanted everyone to send stuff to her. So then she could give it. She was trying to do an alternative royal warrant, but in the US, and it collapsed. So that's why she went away and tried to rebrand herself as a domestic goddess, which is now coming out. I was watching Hong Kong Scientology. Hi, Danny. Hiya, Ria. Yeah, tonight I've got my camera on back to front, so you can see my finger coming up, and we have to watch that. So that's why the ARO collapsed, because there was no way that society was going to let those two grifters have an alternative royal warrant. So that's why that crap collapsed. So I'm glad I've got that pointed out. Now, I've been watching Fiona today. I have a gardener. I'm watching a few other YouTubers. And then I've been going Google and I've been doing my own little checks, and I'm speaking to a couple of, well, 2 different journalists today, and to find out journalists won't give anything away. I've discovered that a journalist, hi Juliet, Rur, Nibola, and I can't even say that one, Decompenti, I don't even know what that says, if I'm honest. So I was looking at the journalist today, and I spoke to journalists today, but the journalists won't give me anything. They won't give me anything. It's like it's their story, it's their scoop, and they go, well, I don't know, well, I do know, well, I don't know. So journalists aren't helping. Journalists are trolling through YouTube creators and looking for content so they can make money in the mainstream media when they can write their shitty tabloids, but they won't give out anything else. So I was listening today to 2 journalists quietly on my WhatsApp, and I was asking about the menus that are being used on this up-and-coming Netflix thing. Now, the menus were written by chefs. These menus that she's going to be pretending to use have been written by qualified chefs and put in front of her. All she's had to do is follow the ingredients, but the ingredients were written down by a chef. So what we're going to see is a chef standing off to a flank in a kitchen that they don't own, giving guidance on, yep, that's it, put that in, yep, that's it, step back from that, give it a shake. We're going to see proper chefs giving guidance to a domestic goddess that's never been in a kitchen. Now, the weird thing about this is today, if you looked at the mainstream media, especially the Daily Mail had what I would call interior designers that had got together to critique the kitchen. And they were critiquing the kitchen, pretending that it was Meghan Markle's. They were critiquing, going, well, it's very bland, it's very plain. There's no photographs of Archie and the kids. There's no photographs of this. There's no paints. It's very clinical. And I was thinking, why? Why are you pretending that that's her kitchen? It's already been admitted that it's not. It's been hired. Now, Netflix are supposed to have through between 17 and 21 million pounds at this documentary, which doesn't make sense. How can you justify that amount of money filming in a kitchen, filming in a garden? I mean, I'm going to be honest, it doesn't cost that much money to film something. If not, all you are doing is either A, hiring the equipment, or B, paying man hours for people to record. So the amount of money thrown at this seems that there's someone, probably, in my opinion, without prejudice, scamming money at the top. There must be, because it doesn't make sense the amount of money it costs to film something. Now, movies are different because you're having to get hotels and destination and food and catering and lighting and technicians. You're having to fly people in. You're having to use vehicles and buildings and hotels, and actors cost money. So when it's films, you can see the money justified by that. But when it's a little documentary, it doesn't make sense how this costs the amount of money that they're saying. I would like your opinion on this. As I sit back here and I reminisce my days back in Cyprus when I was stationed in Cyprus in 1990, year is it? 1995, when I was working in Cyprus as a young soldier, and I first got my hands on a bottle of Keogh beer. I just thought I'd get one tonight when I was at Morrison's. Right, let's look at these comments here. Here we go. Wendy and Junior. It's for her. Yep, Trudeau has just got quit. Yes, he's gone. It's about time. Jasny, Kamala Harris spent £100,000 recreating a set for a podcast. Yeah, I mean, I think people put their hands in. Hello from Cyprus. Oh, hello. Hello from Cyprus. Irene, your Harry cooking show. I'm going to do more shows about Harry. Of course I will. I love cooking. So whenever I'm doing a little skit on someone that can't cook, I'm having to downgrade my cooking skills when I know I can produce a good meal, I can cook good stuff. So yeah, I'm having to downgrade because of that. Right, the art. Don't you think Meghan is digging her hole? She'll be buried in pretty soon. She obviously is very damaged. She's a very damaged individual, in my opinion. It's quite sad to see a grown woman who, they've no income, people. They have no income whatsoever. I mean, do you know any celebrities that don't have any brand endorsements? Whether it's, I mean, when you've got no money coming in, no brand endorsements, what do? Do you know what? Celebrities, good celebrities, become ambassadors and patrons of charities. But people that aren't really celebrities, but they aren't ordinary people, set up foundations, don't they? Then they pay themselves from the foundations. That's what most people do in that situation, unfortunately. But it's quite sad to see people falling apart. Hello, Trevor from, I think that's Kentucky. Hi, Missy. Danny Flinker. Don't the guests here think it's royalism and the Bilderberg group pretending to be gods? Possibly, yeah. I know if Trevor is more royalist than I here in Denmark. Well, do you know what? I don't know if I'm a royalist, because if I was called up tomorrow to serve the king, I'm going to be honest, I probably wouldn't do it. I probably wouldn't. First of all, I'm not fit. I've got health problems, so there's reasons why I wouldn't do it. But if the Queen was still the monarch and I was called up tomorrow, I would get fit and I would serve the Queen. I think I'm more loyal to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II than I am to the King. And I hope that, and it's nothing detrimental towards King Charles. It's just that I'm more loyal towards Queen Elizabeth, if that makes sense. But Jazzy says, Trevor, when are you going to have your own cooking show in a tuxedo? Well, yeah, I thought I would just take the piss with the dress the way she took the piss, if you know what I mean. Imogen says the Prince and Princess of Wales are about to release their royal warrants. Of course they are. Well, I don't know, Imogen. I don't know about that. I thought the royal warrant was just the royal warrant, and the one who did it was the monarch. I think that the Prince and Princess of Wales may have brands that they love, but then they have to be passed by a group of people that work under the direction of the monarch. So I don't think the Prince and Princess of Wales can release anything unless it's been checked by King Charles. That's just my thoughts on it, though. But good anyway. Marianne Williams, Hong Kong, good to see you. You must have came across from Jennifer. Jill says, "Oh, Trevor, just getting over the flu. Do not get it very bad." I know. I sneezed twice in Morrison's. And a princess fell out. No, she did not. I'm just saying. But yeah, Leonie Parks. Hold on. First one. Who's this here? Rhea Shakespeare. I seem to recall the Queen Mum had a royal warrant back in the day. Yeah, she did, didn't she? There hasn't been one since that, though. Leonie says those two. I think that's meant to be date. She said dame. You're playing it down. You meant dumb. Dummies really think they're disgusting. Carol Cox. Hi, Trevor from WB USA. Hello. Thank you for all your I'm glad you like my cooking. I'm glad. What's a royal Mitchell says, what's a royal warrant? Hi from Scotland. Hi, Jackie. A royal warrant is a stamp of approval that the royals think your product is fantastic and your product gets used around the royal households. It also means that companies can make millions from it because it's a product that the royal family use. That's all it is. It's a product. Is RHR Jen here? I think she's got her little, what's the word for it? Gosling? I think she's got her Gosling with her. So I think she's probably busy being a mummy, Missy. Katie says King Charles III needs to abdicate. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest. I think the royal family will excel under Prince William. I think it will, especially with Queen Catherine. It'll be fantastic. But we have to. All good things come to those that wait. What was that there? Lily Smith says, "What's you with RHR Jen? Slightly awkward. Your humor is lost in translation." Jennifer's a wonderful person. Yeah, my humor. My humor is it's off the chart sometimes, isn't it? And sometimes I need to rein it in, don't I? But I can't help it. I'm a broken brains damaged lunatic. Some would say a broken brains damaged arsehole, and I say what comes in my head. I think it's because of when I was in Afghanistan many years ago, I got involved in an explosion which threw me. It threw me in the air, and I came down and landed in a riverbed. And a quad bike was on top of me. On top of me, and my head was shaking. And whenever your head's been shaking, your brain moves around your skull, and I ended up with permanent neurological brain damage. So sometimes I just have a stutter. I don't mean to have one, and sometimes I lose thoughts and tracks. Or if I'm thinking something, in an ordinary person, when you're thinking something, you sometimes filter it and you go, I won't say that. But whenever I'm thinking something, I just go cock, and I'm like, I suppose it's just like a brain damage Tourette's type thing, and I don't mean to offend people, and hopefully I don't offend a lot of people. Sometimes my humor is lost on people, and I as I said to Jennifer, you know, I don't go out of my way to insult people. I don't, and some people take it that way sometimes, especially some of you guys in the chat argue a little bit about what I've just said, and so don't take offense. If it's not for you, it's not for you. I don't go out of my way to do it. We give you all one. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Foxy. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you, Maureen. Yeah. Thank you, Jill. I appreciate it. Lily Smith, you may be an arsehole, Trevor, but you're our arsehole. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Yeah, I get things wrong from day to day, but if I get things wrong, I own it and I say, yeah, I messed up. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to be honest, ladies and gentlemen. I had a chat today with Jennifer, RHR Jen, and I said that if I've upset you, I haven't. She's a strong, powerful woman. I said that don't take that the wrong way either. I'm just saying that if I make mistakes, I tend to own up to them. Yeah, and I don't listen. I'm not a good listener. I try to be a good listener, but try and be a good listener when you've got no hearing in your right ear and you've got a hearing aid. And because you're so vain, you don't wear it. You don't wear it because you're vain, but you need to wear it. So when people are chatting to me and I'm watching, I have to really concentrate, because if I look away, I miss the conversation. So I'm always learning. You're always learning, ladies and gents. Always trying to learn. Miss Kersalot, well, I'm glad you're here. I'm new to your channel. I saw you on Jen's channel. I think you're great. Thank you. And I think you're great. Look, I've dressed down tonight. I'm wearing this black sheep clothing. Friend of mine owns Black Sheep Clothing, DJ Jack Frost. Yeah, great guy. Lives down in Brixton, actually. Yeah. Your humor is elevated. Jazzy, I try to elevate it. I'm going to elevate this chat with a drink of Keo beer. Did you know there's a brandy called Keo Brandy? I haven't even tasted it. My dad has. Foxy Pit. Fox Pit. Foxy. Thank you, Kathy. Missy says I'm a gem. If I am a gem, what gem would I be? I'd be a lump of coal, wouldn't I? No matter how much you clean me, I'm still going to be fucking dirty. That didn't sound good, did it? I'd be a rough diamond. Thank you. Oh, wow. Catherine with a K. I came from Jen's channel. Hong Kong, Trevor. Hong Kong, Catherine. Thank you for joining me. It's wonderful when you came from such a good YouTuber. Yes. Yeah. I was watching her videos. I keep an eye on videos. Listen, I've got about, and I think I've told this before, I have about 6 to 8, no more than 8 YouTubers in my little circle that I would do a lot for. I respect them. Jen's one of them. Yeah, Foxy's one of them. I've got HG Tudor, he's a Greek. I'm not, you know, about Fiona, and Sue Smith, and Sue Me, and Steph, and stuff, and Grumpy Sapper. I keep my little circle tight. I don't need to reach out further afield. I don't need to do that anymore. So I keep people around me. I try and lift them up. I've got a guy speaking to me. Sorry, I've got a guy speaking to me tonight, actually. Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, a guy spoke to me tonight. He's from Belfast. He's a veteran. Known for quite some time. He's been trying to do a YouTube channel for ages, but he's learning. We come up with the idea of to call it the mystery. See, in Northern Ireland, you don't go for a walk, you go for a dander. You go for a dander. It's a wee dander. I'm sure you've all heard that word, a wee dander. So he's called his channel Mystery Danderer, because he's a danderer. And he's trying to visit hotels and different places, and yeah. So he's starting to sort of, he's got like 6 subscribers, but he is starting from scratch, and he's been phoning up. I had a chat with him earlier on. He's driving, but trying to get advice on what to do, and I've been trying to give him advice on, listen, you need a good banner, you need a good profile picture, because people will scroll past your channel if you don't stand out. No one's going to care. Doesn't matter what your videos are. If you've got a shit profile picture and a crap banner, people will just scroll past. So I'm trying to sort of help elevate him. He needs elevated. So yeah. Oh, good to hear you're feeling better, Foxy. Good. Gander. A wee gander. He called it a dander. I'm waiting for a wee dander. But he's calling it a dander. Anyway, there we go. Right. Apple AirPods have a new hearing aid section. That works great. Oh, right. I'll have to look into that. Juliet Jocelyn. Good to hear you're feeling better. Yep. Squirrel. What are you doing, Foxy? You've come in my chat and you've turned it into an NHS waiting room. You're getting more help here with your illness than you will get in the NHS. Is that Collier? I found Trevor before I found Jen. Wow. That's because my head lights up like a matchstick. It wasn't until Trevor popped up with Jen that I realized I hadn't seen him in a while. When I came to check the YouTube gremlins, they'd unsubscribed you from my channel. Bastards. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're back. You didn't miss anything. But anyway, I'm glad you're back. Oh my God, Apples thought you had part of a Scottish accent. No, I don't have a Scottish accent. Now you sound of... I am from Northern Ireland. From East Belfast, from Ballybeen Estate. You know, where heroes are from. Who came from Dundonald, Ballybeen? We had Barry McGuigan. Wasn't from around the corner. Remember Barry McGuigan? Had him. Who else did we have? We had a couple of terrorists that got locked up. I suppose you can't really make them as heroes. But anyway, yeah, there we go. Yep. And just over the hill from me in Newtownards came Paddy Blair-Main. I've been having a row about him today. Listen, people, it bugs me. For those of you that know who Paddy Blair-Main is, I don't want to be a pain in the ass, but I am going to be honest with you. Paddy Blair-Main was the most decorated British soldier in the Second World War. I mean, he was a legend, a hero. He was everything, a man's man. He fought, he had street fights, he did everything. But what winds me up is today's idiots saying, we want Paddy Blair-Main to have a VC. He deserves one. Listen, it doesn't matter if he deserves one or not. The guy's going down in history as a legend. Which DSO are you going to take away? Which mission are you going to degrade? Listen, he never got it. The only people calling for Paddy Blair-Main to get a VC are pricks that never served in the Special Forces. Today when I wrote about it and I said, no, leave him alone. There was loads of ex-Special Forces comment saying, I agree, Trev, let it go. I agree, Trev. And then you have the Paddy Blair-Main Association. No, Trevor, we disagree. Of course you disagree. You make money out of the guy's legacy. Of course you're going to disagree. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Today's idiots. I mean, today's idiots want to give Blair-Main a VC. These are the same idiots that give Keir Starmer a knighthood. These are the same idiots in society that just put a medal around Hillary Clinton's neck. These are the same idiots that just give George Soros a medal. I mean, don't degrade Paddy Blair-Main to suit these era of incompetent people. It just doesn't look good. Anyway, there we go. East Sussex, we won't be druv. We won't be druv. What do you mean we won't be druv? I don't get that. Mitchell. Mitchell, what? It's a good name, that, Mitchell. Glad to hear you're feeling better. Yep. The lead attorney has a whole series on how to do your podcast. Yep. Oh. Thank you, Catherine with the K. What's Catherine with the K said? Any advice from me, who has a YouTube channel but been a few months away due to acute anxiety, but trying to get back in a routine? Easy, Catherine. As I said to this guy today, what you need to do if you're starting a YouTube channel, first of all, is look at channels that you like. Look at channels which has topics that you like, and subscribe to, I don't know, a plethora, say about 5 or 6 channels. And don't subscribe to far too many because it'll overwhelm your topics. Subscribe to those that have the same genre as you and watch how they do it. Just watch how they do it. The biggest thing about doing a YouTube channel is having confidence to talk shit. Me, I'm a shit talker, so I can get away with it. But do that. Now, the next thing that I think is important, what is important in a YouTube channel, is a profile photograph and a banner, because that is what people look at. And do a good description. But if you're going to do your description, what I do, and I will give this lady a shout out, Michelle from Royal Daily Tea last year sent me a disclaimer. She sent me a disclaimer and she, Trevor, you need to adjust this for your channel. But if you have a disclaimer in your description of your channel, it stops people having attacks on your channel because you say what you're about. So thanks to Michelle from Royal Daily Tea, I took her disclaimer and I adapted it to suit my channel. So make sure you do that. It covers you legally. And then once you've done that there, just work on, so you have your banner for your top of your channel, your profile picture, your disclaimer. And then if you're going to do videos, you've got to bear in mind you need 4,000 watch stars. You need 4,000 watch stars to get monetized and 1,000 subscribers. Anybody that wants to become a YouTuber, I say, get in touch with me. I will promote you. I will try and get my great subscribers to subscribe to you to get you over the 1,000 barrier. Once you're over the 1,000 barrier, you're on your own. We can get about 3 or 4 different YouTubers to share your videos, your first few videos, to lift up your watch stars, and then you're off rolling in the right direction towards your target. So just keep doing it that way, and you'll do well. But have confidence. What I did is, well, I did loads of news interviews, so I had a little bit of confidence anyway. And I've always been a gobshite, so that helps me. But you'll get there. Once you find your niche and the YouTube community that you love, you work together and you lift each other up. That's the thing. That's the beauty of it. Hopefully that helps. This is from Missy. Is there anyone that you haven't been with, another YouTuber that you'd like to? Oh, that's a very good question. Yeah. I would like to do a live stream with Lady Colin Campbell. Lady C, I'd like to do a live stream with her at some stage, and it's not for the want of not trying, because I have been in touch with Lady Colin Campbell's media team. So, and they always do get back to you, but she's a very, very busy lady. Mark Gaines, thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. What's this Mark's done? Hello, Trevor from County Down, Northern Ireland. Happy New Year, County Down, Northern Ireland. Yeah, whereabouts? Let me know whereabouts. Well, don't give me your actual address. That'd be weird on here. People would go mad, but people would troll you. But thanks, Mark. Yeah, I'm from Ballybean Estate. I love Ballybean Estate. I love growing up in Dundonald. It was a fantastic place. Good people. We had 2 police officers that lived in our estate. Well, that's a lie. 2 police officers that patrolled our estate from the RUC, Harry and Ken. And if they seen you messing up, they'd grab you by here and they'd lift you up. You go, oh, come, I'm taking you back to see your mother. I mean, 2 police officers that everyone in my whole housing estate knew, and mums and dads respected them. And if they hit you a boot up the ass, you didn't moan. If you went home to Dad, I kicked me up a bum, well, you probably deserved it, son. So, I mean, 2 police officers that we loved. Quite sad, but there we go. Foxy! First 2025 super chat for you. Thank you, Foxy. I appreciate it. Yay. Hi, Foxy. We have to do a live again someday, Foxy. Me and you have to get another live stream, which would be good. But it's all good. Hello, Ria. Highly sensitive introvert. Welcome. Oh, Catherine with the cases. I'm a royalist and love history. I would love to delve in more. Well, you've got a few people. You've got Royal Daily Tea, who is good at what she does. She really is. Now, if you're looking for Royal channels, you've got Royal Daily Tea, you've RHR Gen, that's 2 Royal channels. You've also got the body language guy who has the Royal Rogue. He looks into that type of thing. So you've good to connect with those 3. Sue Smith is a good connection to have there. Fiona delves into a lot of things. So she doesn't just stick royal. She's got many, many different genres that she can go to. But there is quite a few good ones out there that I would recommend. I'm not a royal channel. My channel's just full of shit. I talk about anything. So hopefully I didn't offend anyone. Wayne's World in my head. Foxy, I'm now seeing Wayne's World in my head. Fifi Butterfly. I've always wanted to go to Ireland, definitely one day. Well, I must point this out. I am not Irish. I am Northern Irish. It's a big difference. Do you want to know what the difference is? 1,100 dead soldiers and military personnel and service personnel that died protecting it during the conflict. Thanks, Lily. What's this highlight? Oh, Ria says, sorry, you're eating your dinner. Go and enjoy your dinner. Your dinner's more fun. Jazzy says, Trevor, how can I get your book with your signature? Can I be put? Trevor, you're considered. I am an Ulster man. Yep. I live in South Ireland, but I'm English. Well, now you know, Sarah. Yeah, there is a difference. Don't get me wrong. Whenever I was a young lad and someone said, "Are you Irish?" I'd go, "No, British." But I've reached that age. I'm 50 in 2 months' time. I've reached that grand old age now where I'm mellowed. And if someone says, "Are you Irish?" See, rather than trying to explain the history, I just now go, "Yeah, yeah." It just saves the nonsense. When you reach that age of calmness, you can let things go. That's why I don't get hyped up. Oh, sorry, Jazzy said, I think when you book lottery. Join one of my live streams. Not this one. Because I hadn't planned to get books out in this one, because I just gave away 4 there. I had to post a few off there. What expecting the post? I didn't think Possum. I'm an idiot though. I didn't think Possum lived in Australia, but she does. So I had to post one to Possum, East Yorkshire, and Bristol the other day. But I'll be giving more out, so don't worry. Trevor. Yep, because at Ulsterman, yeah, I meant Northern. Listen, Ireland's a beautiful place as well. So I mean, I understand that. I like Ireland. Ireland is a beautiful place. You reach the age of, you see. Yep, I don't give a fuck. That's Conor McGregor, isn't it? Hello from Houston, Texas. Love your show. Thank you, Eyes of Texas. We are live from Houston. 5, 4. That's where they fire all the missiles into space, isn't it? The rockets. Wendy and Junior says, my mother's family are Northern Irish, only know because it's a nan's birth certificate. You don't get any info from. Oh, right, okay. Interesting. What's Beth Hill say? She says, my daughter married a wonderful young man from Ballymena. That's where I did my training in the Royal Irish. Yep, St. Patrick's Barracks in Ballymena. Oh, wow. Jaden Kerr says, hi, Trev. Sorry, a bit late. We'll catch up. Listen, everyone's busy, buddy. I understand. Thing is, right, there's nearly 400 people watching here, and I gave people 4 minutes notice. Isn't that awesome when you can give 4 minutes notice and still fill theatre? That's awesome. That's awesome. I think I can get more people to turn up here than I get at a Tory party conference. Well, I'm glad you did pop in, Sarah. FIFA Butterfly. Penny Jones. Hi, Trevor. Glad I caught you. Hi. Hi, Jaden. Hi, Penny. It's all good. But listen, I'm going to be doing more little skits throughout the week. I think I will, just to do stuff. Keep myself busy. Keep myself occupied. You have to, don't you? Yeah. Got to keep moving forward. I hope to get this book out, by April. I mean, I know it's only the 4th or 5th of January, and I've done absolutely nothing so far, apart from make sure my son's happy. I suppose that's the most important thing, really. My mum's not well. She went for an MRI scan the other day. Had to get into a full machine to go through that. Wasn't really nice. Yeah, it's not nice. But yeah. So, need to get January, need to get this month out the way and then deal with it. February is going to be a busy month for me. Very busy month for me. And I've made a promise to my son that I will take him back out to Gibraltar and visit Fiona and Graham. Get that done. Hopefully get that done at the start of this year. The first quarter of 2025. Go to Gibraltar again. Nice. Fiona and Graham, very lovely people, actually. Two great channels they have. And I've never really felt that relaxed around, when I've met other YouTubers, I've never really felt that relaxed around them. I've sort of been on edge watching people. But with Fiona and Graham, it was lovely. Lovely. Great hosts. It was really, really relaxed. You know what I mean? What does Kate Hart say? My husband was in the British Army and was in Ireland twice in the early 70s. You see, Kate, he wasn't though. He wasn't though. And I need to point this out. Ireland is a different country than Northern Ireland. No British soldiers were allowed to be in Ireland. If you crossed that border, you could have been arrested. So, like most people in England, they get Ireland mixed up with Northern Ireland and stuff, but your husband was in Northern Ireland under Operation Banner. Yeah, so but I understand it, but it's only because I know, because I'm from there. I get it. Jaden says, I was busy watching Fiona doing Megan. She's brilliant that in it. When did your mum checking on head on MRI? You need a passport to Gibraltar. You do need a passport to go to Gibraltar. You do. Yeah, and you go through passport control. Yeah, my mum got an MRI. She hasn't been feeling well lately. Yeah, but she's tough. That's where I get my resilience from. My mother. And clearly my father, but you know what I mean. Hi, Fox. The chat's really good. I'm enjoying the chat here. Nice lighting at your home. This isn't my home. This is my friend's home. I left my home earlier on, about an hour and a half ago, and I came here, and I went to Morrison's first, got some wee knickknacks and stuff, and my Cypriot beer. Market Garden, new member. Thank you, Market Garden. Thanks for joining. Oh, and Gareth. Gareth has just gifted 5 memberships out. Thank you very much, Gareth. I appreciate it. And Zepper has just gifted 5 memberships. There's 10 memberships being given out tonight. You lucky bar stewards. Bar stewards. Yep. There we go. Love you all. I wish I could be there. It'd be love. Yeah. I mean, I've got that book tour coming up in April. The venues are being picked by the guy I'm going to be with, so I don't want to mention it yet because things do fall through, don't they? But yeah, I need to buy a lot of books in February, which I will. I need at least 50 books in February, 50 of my own books, so I'll have to get them organised. More Hutchison says, hello, Trevor. I'm originally from Belfast. I now live in Nottingham. Wow, there we go. Yeah, I think a lot of us moved across to the mainland. And the weird thing is, it's not about, it's not to say that England's better than Northern Ireland, because it's not. But the thing is, there's more opportunities in England for jobs and things. There's more opportunities in England. There is. Northern Ireland's a very small country. Now, I'm not going to, no, I won't say that because it's the wrong thing to say. I heard something yesterday about certain churches in Northern Ireland, certain places of worship in Northern Ireland do not exist. I'm not going to mention them on the live stream, but there's been many of these places of worship spring up all over England. Don't say in the comments if you know, you know. But there's been many of these places of worship spring up in Scotland and England, all over the place, especially London. But there's not a single one of these places of worship in Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland won't have it. And I think it's great. It keeps Northern Ireland out of trouble, out of all. Northern Ireland's had its own religious war for many years, and it's about time that they all stood together. It's good to see. That's all I'm going to say. Linda Ross, Republic of Ireland, wanted Brits out, and now it's like mini Africa, sold out to their trader. Yeah, I mean, the Republic of Ireland would love to have British there in the replace of what's happening. It's quite sad. And this is nothing to do with the people of Ireland or the people of England or Scotland or Wales or the Americans. This is to do with politicians, ladies and gentlemen. Politicians have a habit of just not looking after the welfare of their citizens, but looking for what they can get when they leave politics and what roles they can get and how they're going to keep. It's all about self-interest, and it's quite sad, but Jill says, well, there we go. Outlimit says, very wise decision, in my opinion. Yep, so you understood what I meant there. I didn't want to say those words, didn't want to get the algorithm to crash me out of here. So I was trying to do it subtly. Good for Northern Ireland. Yep. I'm glad, ladies and gentlemen, that you understood that without me using those words. So, you know, there's a lot of words which are nasty words to use when you're on social media. You've got to police yourself. And whenever you've got a brain which is messed up as mine, sometimes it's hard to police your words. So I start off not saying a certain word and I end up talking about it, which is a bit stupid, but yeah, it is what it is. Leah says, when are you going on a book tour in London? I visit family every 2 months. Well, I've got to wait out for the venues, first of all. There's another gentleman sorting out the venues and promotion, and then I'll be able to release the exact places where we're going. Hi, Ian. Good to see you, Ian. Debbie says it also has to do with an invading army. It does indeed, Debbie, but we don't. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Wow, what's it say? I would certainly believe you are a stunner if you have still got red hair. Lovely. Foxy, I don't even know if you're talking to me now or someone else. I'm not sure. Thank you. Oh, Jazzy got a membership. Oh, welcome. At least the Northern Irish are free to fire up the barbecue and not be too picky about what's sling on the griddle. Yeah, I know. Hi, Carla. Yeah. I like a good barbecue. I think everyone likes a good barbecue. Now, oh, I was talking to Lily, Trevor. All right, Foxy. Foxy, are you chatting up women and are you chatting up my subscribers? What are you up to, Foxy? I might do a little skit. It's too cold at the minute to do a barbecue, but when it heats up a little bit, I'll do a wee skit, the barbecue, Prince Harry skit. See this dressing up in a tuxedo to make toast. I mean, that's the type of shit we're seeing now. So you may as well just go with it. If you can't stop it, just go with it. Have fun. That's what I say. Don't call him Foxy for nothing. Yeah, you're right. Jazzy, do you remember the book Coffee, Tea and Me? Do you remember the book Coffee, Tea and Me? I'm not sure about that book. I was just watching the electoral count being read on the record, Carla grinning like a loon. She made me laugh. Yeah, she is. What does BBQ stand for? Mitchell, what? Mitchell, what? What does BBQ stand for? I'm not sure if you're taking the piss or not. I think everyone knows what BBQ stands for. I'm not going to answer that. 25 states been hit with snow in the US. I missed the Harry skit. No, I haven't done the barbecue one yet, but I will do it very, very soon. Tonight I was just laughing because I found out tonight that this afternoon, not that long ago, that the menu being used in this forthcoming documentary With Love from Methane, the menu being used was prepared by a chef. Prepared by a chef with all the ingredients down, what she needs to do to cook. I mean, it's quite sad, isn't it? Trevor, you missed my super chat. Did I? Did I? Did I? Well, the truth is, I must have. Sorry. What was it? Did you ask me a question? I apologize. I was just chatting shit. Megan wants Netflix to shut down the comments. There's been 30,000 shit ones, hasn't there? Yeah. Hello, Wiggle One. Dog's Life in Liechtenstein, welcome. Happy New Year, Missy. Is that your favourite beer, Trevor? No, it's not, Leah. I just got it tonight. I went to Morrison's and just bought a bottle. There was loads of different bottles. I just thought, I'll try this. Because I drunk this in 1995 in Cyprus. I just thought I would have another one. My brother served in Cyprus in 1995. Oh, did he? Ah. Was he in a Episcopal garrison? Limassol? That's where I was. Eyes of Texas thinks I've got a lovely accent. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Oh, I was going to do something here the other day, wasn't I? What I can do is this. Trevor is the guy. Market Garden. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it, Market Garden. That reminds me, I've got something coming soon. There's a veteran who made me something which is unbelievable. He carved it out of oak. It's stunning, and he sent it to me. It should arrive in the next couple of days. It's beautiful. Yeah, I'll reveal it to you once it arrives, but I think you're all going to love it. Hi, Carla. I need to send you a Texan Shiner back. Well, that doesn't sound too good. Sounds like a black eye. Trevor, are you familiar with the drink Harpshandt? Harpshandt? Yes, I am. I am indeed. Wendy Jr., thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm trying to see if I've missed anything. Vinnie Jones has beautiful carvings. Yeah. Yes, he does. Vinnie Jones has a lot of good things, actually. The fish the bastard caught with shoots. Yeah, it was a carp that he caught. Beautiful big fish. He's got all the best kit now, hasn't he? He's got all the best kit to go fishing. His mother has really, really spoiled him. It's really, really nice. And she loves to go fishing as well with him. So he goes fishing with his mother when he's with her for that weekend. When he's with me for my weekend, I try and get him fishing as well. But he has that much kit and equipment now that I need to get myself a vehicle to take it. But it's wonderful to watch him grow. It really is. Wendy and Junior says, I put a bloody smile on your face. Well, I'm really, really pleased that I do that. I am so over the moon. I aim every day to lift people up. And if I'm not doing it, then I'm failing in my own quest. Becky, thank you. Oh, Becky, you said, is it me that talks sense? Or is it the president of the Fee World? Red Squirrel. Oh, right, okay. Outer Limits, would your son and his mum ever go beach sea fishing? They've done it once before, though, but I think that they enjoy just going to private lakes and stuff where it's relaxed. I mean, there's more shelter around the private lakes than there is along the beach. And along the beach, you get broken glass and stuff. So I prefer to go somewhere where it's safer. Right, Mark Ian says, Trevor, you asked whereabouts I was from. Ballynahinch. Ballynahinch. Oh, I know where Ballynahinch is. 409 people in the chat. Guys and girls, make sure you like the video. You don't have to. If you think it's shit, give it the thumbs down. If you think it's mediocre, well, that's like a pass, isn't it? Becky says, yes, Trevor, you have no filter. I know, and I apologize for some of the shit that comes out of this mouthpiece, but it comes out with love. Even if it's a swear word, it's with love. Like, you now say it. Yeah. Maureen McD says, I love this channel. A great leader we have, and people here. Oh, wow. I'm not a leader anymore. Used to be a leader. Lead from the front. I'm not going to talk about orders and stuff. That's just crazy. I don't know why I was thinking that. Moogle1 says, Trevor, are you going to start any new hobbies of interest in the new year? Well, it is the new year. I want to get fitter. This isn't a great start, but the year's just kicked off. I was going to get a haircut, actually. I was going to have a shave because I think the white's coming through a bit too much now. It's making me look older. I'm trying to withhold the age down there, but it's creeping up. It's creeping up. Jackie, you should never worry about wearing the hearing aid. It is just a piece of equipment you need. Never be ashamed. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Foxy says, we're all happy learning. Trevor puts a smile on your face. Thank you. Thank you. A Dog's Life in Liechtenstein. Great to see you here. Debbie Campbell, does your son catch and release? He always catches and release. My son doesn't do it we've got food at home. My son does it as a sport, and he goes to places where he has to release it. So they catch him, he unhooks them, he holds it up. First of all, he weighs the fish, then holds it up, and then they put it back in. It's nice. It's nice to see. Lisa says, please do a video on how to make toast and learn how to do it. I will indeed. I will show you how to do that. Nicholas says, evening, Trevor, you should have a Nuki Brown. Yes, Nuki Brown's quite nice, actually. And Holston Pills is quite nice as well. I will. Eyes of Texas, over the moon about Donald Trump taking office. Yeah, I think, you know what, people? The media, in my opinion, the media, the UK and the US media went after Donald Trump. They tried to destroy him. He was being known as everything under the sun. And it's sad. Any other politician would have probably killed themselves, if I'm honest. Any other politician would have fell apart by now. They threw everything at him. I actually, in my own opinion, I believe that Donald J. Trump is actually a decent person. That's just my opinion. I think he's a decent person. I mean, but I don't think Obama was a good person. I mean, come on. I can't believe people go after Donald J. Trump and they leave Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton had oral sex in the Oval Office. I mean, his wife left US personnel to be slaughtered in Benghazi. And then Joe Biden gave her a medal for freedom. I mean, really? Really? I mean, it pains me to think that that woman walked away from what she did to US. I mean, a US ambassador was tortured and killed in Benghazi. And she got a medal for it. It's sickening. It is just sick. It really, really, it's awful. If people have hate on a president, it should be directed at Bill Clinton. Look what Joe Biden did. Joe Biden got a Medal of Freedom from Obama, and he ruined Afghanistan, where over a dozen Marines were murdered by the Taliban. Then he gave a Medal of Freedom to Hillary Clinton, where a US ambassador was murdered because she refused to help him. These are the people. These are the same people that want to put a medal around Paddy Blair Main. No, leave him alone. Leave him alone. Well, thanks for the question. That took a bit of a dive there, didn't it? Let's not talk about that. Wow. In a world of evil, keep people smiling, keep them happy. Know what I mean, people? Just, it's not worth thinking about. But don't forget what George W. Bush did. Yeah, he falsified things for the invasion of Iraq. Yeah, of course, I know about that. I think that's quite apparent now, isn't it? Yeah. Did I tell you about when I met George Bush in the Oval Office? Has anyone heard that story? I flew to America, St. Patrick's Day. No, St. Patrick's Day, right. I flew to America, Washington, D.C., the day before St. Patrick's Day to Coffee Loves My Company. Wow, that's good. So anyway, 2008, I get told by my commanding officer that I'm going to represent the British Army and I'm flying to Washington, D.C. The day before St. Patrick's Day. And I'm staying in this wonderful hotel. It was a stunning, beautiful hotel. Basically, I went in a taxi from the airport, Washington, to the outside of the hotel. Now, when I got out of the taxi and I looked to my left, it was the side of the White House, the West Wing. And I walked into the hotel, which was right on the corner. If anyone knows what hotel is, let me know. I don't even know what it's called. But I went in there and I checked in and I went, there was Secret Service. There was Secret Service in the hotel and in the lifts. So I went in the lift and I went up and I was staying in the Condoleezza Rice suite. Remember her? I was staying in her suite. Well, it's called the Condoleezza, but there was Secret Service on the corridor, which is a bit strange. So I got out anyway with my suitcase and swiped it, went into the room. I went into the room and I was stunned. It was like a hotel. Well, a hotel lobby. The room was massive, and I walked towards this massive window, and I looked straight out at the White House lawn and the White House, and I was just stunned. I was like, wow. I turned around to see the biggest TV I've ever seen on the wall with the beautiful sofas, massive sofas there, people to loll on. I went into another room and there was a like a boardroom, a massive table to fit about 20, 30 people around it. The kitchen was filled with food and drink, and it was the best place I've ever been. It was unbelievable. So, is it the Waldorf? It probably is the Waldorf. That rings a bell, actually. Anyway, it was beautiful. And I got there during the day and I went down for dinner. And when I'm down for dinner, I bumped into a couple of UK politicians and I had dinner with the politicians. I had no choice. I was there representing the British Army. And it was actually lovely. I went and met a general, which was weird. Now, I'd just been awarded the Military Cross the year before, so I was still being shown around like a clown everywhere, you know what I mean? And it was interesting. When I went across the following day, I just buzzed the side gate. If anyone's been lucky enough to go in the White House, I pressed the buzz on the side gate, and it's so weird because there's people standing around you. And when you buzz it, they go, "Hello, can I help you?" And I was like, "Hi, it's Trevor Colt." This is the weirdest thing I've ever said. "Hi, it's Trevor Colt. I've got an appointment with the president." I mean, what? Just blows your mind, doesn't it? And they check and they go, "Okay, push the gate," bzz, and you go in. And you walk towards, from the side gate, you walk up this little path into a building. And then when you go into the building, I mean, there's about 10 people in there with weapon systems. There's fingerprint scanners and iris scanners, and they check you out. They make sure you've got ID. And once you get through that, and you get through that check, they then say, "Follow the path straight up. There'll be a US Marine on the door. He'll let you in." I was like, okay. So I followed the path up towards the West Wing. A US Marine looked immaculate. He just grabbed the door and he opened the door. I went in, and it was a little room where quite dark in a way with lights on it. Do you know those lovely green lamps on a beautiful oak desk? And yeah, anyway, there's a woman sitting there and she goes, "Just grab a seat over there." And I sat on these beautiful sofas and I waited for a guy called Kingsley Donaldson, whose brother is Sir Geoffrey Donaldson, Northern Ireland. So there's Kingsley Donaldson, a UK general in rank, and they said, "The president will see you now." And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Anyway, I went in to the Oval Office, and there he was, George W. Bush. And yeah, he gave me, he presented me with a presidential seal and certificate and bits and pieces. We had our photographs taken. And he said to me something which has always stuck in my head. He went, you're the British Ranger that worked with us in Iran." And I looked at the general and Kingsley, and I was like, and they were like, "Shh, don't say anything." I went, "Mr. President, it wasn't Iran, it was Iraq." He went, "Iran, Iraq, potato, potato." I was like gobsmacked. I was like, what? And then we had photographs, we had a little chat for a while. And then he says, "You're going to stay for the show." And I went, what? And then, so we walked down the corridor with the president, and we came out of the Oval Office. We took a right. We headed down. The White House is massive. We headed in this corridor, and as we were coming down, he stopped, and we were ushered through. There was lots of people, and we were ushered through. And we sat in the front row, and there was, I believe it was. Now, I didn't know. I now know now. I believe it was Andre Bocelli, great opera singer. He was standing on the stage ready to sing, and then you heard the national anthem, and everyone stood up, and it was a big like announcement. You're President of the United States of America. And everyone stood up, and the president came around and stood. And then when after it played, he sat down. We all sat down, and we listened to this beautiful song. It was just wonderful. I was like, wow, this is fantastic. It was just a beautiful, beautiful time. I thought it was a fantastic day. And then after that had happened, what happened after? After that had happened in photographs, we left. I left with, I don't know if you know this guy, but Ian Pacey Jr. was with me. Ian Pacey Jr., Sir Geoffrey Donaldson, Kingsley Donaldson. We all left, and we just went for a little walk around the place, and then we went back to my hotel, and we had a bite to eat. And then that evening, I was invited again because I had the Military Cross, that evening I was invited again to another function to have food. But this time it was the Irish Prime Minister, Bertie Ahern, the Taoiseach. So I was invited to have dinner with the Irish Prime Minister then. The Irish Prime Minister was hosting the US President. So I was at that table as well. It's quite nice. And after, it was a bit surreal, a bit too much, really. So after I left, do you want to lift back to the hotel? I went, no, I'll walk. And I just walked up the road, and I went into a bar, just sat at this lovely counter at a bar. I was watching NFL. Just interesting, isn't it? Sarah says, oh dear, geography. I think he did it just for a laugh. And listen, sometimes I think President George Booth, but you may not think this, but he's clearly very, very smart. But a lot of time I think he just says funny things for the effect. You know, it's behind closed doors, we're having a bit of fun. It's all, yeah. I mean, the guy's a genius when it comes to oil and where oil is and how to use it, efficiency and stuff. He's a businessman. But yeah. It's nice to have. It was a lovely time, but when I flew back to the UK, I basically got changed, quick turnaround, and I flew out to Afghanistan again because I used to love it out there. As a young soldier, what age was I? 32, 33? I can't remember. Let me look this out. 2008, 25, 30. I was 33 years of age. 33 years of age as a soldier, you're in your prime. You're flying it. And for some reason, I loved it. I loved the combat. I loved the fighting. I loved the bombs and explosions. I loved going forward with my men to eliminate evil people. I thought there was nothing better on the planet. I mean, I was in my element as a young lad. Sounds weird, doesn't it? But yeah. Yeah. There's no excuse for not getting fit. You've got a point there. Yeah. Yeah. Face furniture is sometimes needed. I wear glasses. Yes. Well, yeah. Foxy says 2008 would have made you 32. Yeah, I was 33 years of age, Foxy. You're very good with numbers and stuff. Thanks, Terry. I just cannot stand it when people are put through the pains with unprovoked troubles. Yeah, I know, I got it. Well, listen, everyone. It's been a wonderful evening. I kept you here for over an hour, longer than I normally do, actually, but I have appreciated having you all here, ladies and gentlemen. It's been great. Thanks for the chat. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks to those that have become members. I mean, it's great. My membership was going up, but then I stopped doing lives, didn't I? When I stopped doing lives, the membership went. But it happens. I mean, you've just got to keep focusing on the good. Keep focusing on the good, on the positive things. We've all got negative shit going on. We all do. There's no denying that, don't we? Thank you, Sarah, for doing it. Has anyone seen Trudeau's mother's videos? No. Jeanette says, sorry, Mr. It's okay. I mean, you're here. I mean, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks, Foxy. But listen, we've all got shit going on, people. We do. No one's perfect. What we do is, whenever we have a shit time, is we try and lift each other up. That's the best way to get through it, isn't it? It is. Yeah, if you know what I mean. Anyway, listen. thanks for joining me. I do appreciate all your time. So take care, everyone, and have a good evening. And see you next time. Pick up. Yes, thank you. Thanks for joining. Take care, everyone. And if you haven't subscribed, why not? Bye-bye. Bye. Don't know.